Check my mic. Man, what's going on, everybody? It's still alive, back with another one, man. And I just came across this video, and this is something that I've been feeling for a long time. People are sharing too much. I'm not saying personal information as in like banking information and shit like that, but you guys are putting too much of your personal life out on social media. As somebody who lives on social media, like I constantly am posting and everything, there's still some things that should just not be on social media. Like there's some things that I hear people talk about on social media, and it's like the devil himself couldn't have got me to admit that if that was one of my secrets. Like, why are we saying this out loud? Like, what are we talking about? But man, we're gonna get right off into this video, man. It's just a whole bunch of people oversharing.
Well, Diva's Our Work Crush updates are sad today because he is not here. And if you've watched the video yesterday, you know that I had plans today to tell him that his haircut looked good, but I can't tell him that if he's not here. So let us pray that tomorrow he is here, and then maybe tomorrow I can be like, ooh, I missed you yesterday. And then he will realize that he loves me.
I just lost custody of my 11-year-old daughter, so I'm heading to the hair salon. Wish me luck.
All right, so today we got an interesting one. We're going to be taking a look at people who overshare way too much on social media. Whether they're doing it on purpose for the attention that they get online, or they're completely oblivious and think that this is a normal thing to do, this problem only seems to be getting worse as time moves on. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just jump right into it.
I'm about to show you guys one of the coolest tricks ever. Say you're traveling and you didn't pack enough underwear and you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna wear tomorrow? Every room has like a coffee pot thing in it. Every room, even the other coffee makers where it like brews through. All you have to do, put your underwear where you would put the coffee grounds. You close it, you press brew, and it puts scorching hot water through it. You guys, then the hair dryer in the bathroom, you blow dry those bad boys, and you got yourself a cleaner pair of underwear.
It's
This is
terrifying.
going to be a long video. I can't really put it much better than people did in the comment section. You have a bathroom sink with soap, almost 100,000 likes. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll never use a hotel coffee maker again. It's amazing to me that she decided to record this not thinking there was a single problem with it. I'm just going to post another travel hack. I bet there won't be any backlash. But yeah, me personally, I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but if I was, I probably wouldn't be using any coffee makers at hotels anymore. I asked you guys in an older video, do you know someone who shares too much online? A lot of family channels, I agree with that. I hate it when people post their half-naked children on Facebook. Like, why are you posting your baby in the bath? I'm not weird, that's bad parenting. Especially with how easy it is to use AI now. We'll talk about it a little bit later in this video. My boss, they post all of their dirty laundry and personal medical stuff on Facebook. I get told by all my fellow employees about their drama.
As somebody who does social media and deals with a lot of medical shit, like I talk about some of my medical stuff online, but like everybody knows I have surgeries coming up and all that shit, but like there's some shit that you just don't post. And like I see some of these wheelchair influencers especially, and they be posting pictures of their bed sores and videos of their bed sores and all this, and it's like, dude, you can keep some things to yourself.
73-year-old mother is absolutely addicted to Facebook. Part of the reason my brother no longer speaks to her is that she would not stop posting pictures of his home and children on Facebook. I know more of the older generation loves it and younger people aren't on Facebook as much, but it doesn't mean that every generation doesn't overshare on all platforms. We got a
That's
clip
the
up
thing
on
I
screen
never
right now.
understood.
The devil works hard.
I see everybody. Well, maybe my generation might be one of the later generations that's on Facebook as much, because like my generation especially, everybody's on Facebook, and Facebook's my biggest social media platform. It's almost to 10,000 followers.
But fortunately my boyfriend works harder and will put a whole performance on to make sure we make our flight. And that performance is lying about being handicapped just so you cut everybody in line at the airport.
I don't know how many times we have to go over this. Do not do this. Look, I can empathize.
Why is he, even if he is faking being handicapped, just because he's handicapped, I'm handicapped and I'm in a wheelchair and I wait in lines like everybody else. I don't skip to the front of the line because I'm in a wheelchair.
Guys, I imagine it is horrific, miserable, and frustrating to be traveling right now, but I want you to think about how horrific, miserable, and frustrating it is to be traveling right now and having a mobility need that you can't get your access needs met because people are lying. And not only are people lying, they're posting about it on TikTok, getting almost 2 million views and inspiring countless hundreds of people in the comments to do the same thing and perpetuate the problem further. If you are not someone who has to use these services regularly, you would not know just how short staffed they are and how rare
I've
it is
never
that you actually get what you need on time. And not only by doing this are you taking that away
see.
from someone
This is one thing I never understood, which I've never flew in my wheelchair. So but I feel like if I was, I understand they have to have a special seating area for you on a plane for a wheelchair. But other than that, like, or like people always be saying like they need all these special accommodations and stuff when they're in a wheelchair, and I just never understood that because I barely use handicap parking spots. I'll park in a normal parking spot and get out in my chair. Now I understand if you have a lift or something in your chair that has to come out, or out your van that has to, or car or whatever, truck that has to come out the side, of course you're going to need a bigger parking spot. But like I just get out of my chair straight into my, or out of my car straight into my chair. So like, yeah, I never like people be like, "Oh, the hotel beds are too tall." What? The bed's too tall.
who needs it because that is a finite resource. There are not enough wheelchairs for people who need them at the airport. You are also showing 2 million people that you lied to get in that wheelchair, that lying to get in the wheelchair works. So what's going to happen when those 2 million people go to the airport next time and they see somebody in a wheelchair who doesn't fit their perception of who they think looks like someone who should be in a wheelchair?
On the frontier of flavor, a crispy fan favorite returns.
Facts.
Mexi rolls are back for a
Don't
They're now probably
don't do what they just did.
going to think that they're pulling this type of stunt. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But still, what is the thought process to not only do this,
I
but
get kind of mad about the wheelchair shit too because or the handicap spots, because that's one of the main reasons I just like at the beginning of me being in a wheelchair, I'd be like, "Oh, let's try to fairly find a handicap spot." And then very quickly I learned just like park in a normal spot and let's go. Because most handicap spots are taken up 90% of the time. And then half the time when they are taken up and you see who's using them, it's somebody who walked to their car anyway, but they're just a little bit older, so they might walk slow or something like that. And I understand, I do. I'm not trying to be in, inconsiderate, but if you are not in a wheelchair or using a walker or something like that, I'm sorry, you should not be parking in a handicap spot at all.
then upload it to TikTok for the entire world to see. Unbelievable. Going over to the comments, she deleted the video. It doesn't matter. It's on the internet forever now. Mind you, she could have just not posted it and nobody would have ever known. It is incredible how dumb people have gotten in
Facts.
today's world. We got a comment from you guys right here. Another reason that I think this is happening is because people are getting too comfortable on the internet. And we could take a look at a couple examples here. Little do they know I'm still in high school with a video of somebody recording at some sort of club. This is so weird. I lie about my age. I'm such a fun person. Why are we acting like this is
See, like I could sit here and play that down as much as possible, but like I was the same way though. Like first time I ever went to a club, I was 16. First time I was, you know what I mean? I was drinking at the bars before I was 21 without a fake ID, because around here in a small town, it's pretty easy to get into a bar and get served before you're 21. But even the clubs around here, like I remember using somebody's ID. They didn't look like me at all. I was 16 and they obviously knew that it wasn't me. They just made me pay an extra $10 and I got in. This is a long time ago. This was 10 years ago. I don't think they do that shit no more, but still.
flex. And why are you guys hating? Millions of teens do this, apparently. I probably wouldn't say millions, but yes, this has probably happened even with previous generations. But again, they didn't go and post a video for the entire world to see. I can't be the only one who's thinking.
Definitely didn't post a video for the whole world to see me at a club when I was 16. I was posting videos and pictures and stuff like that at 15, 16 of me drunk doing dumb shit constantly.
thinking this way, right? Marry the guy that will drive you to 3 different restaurants just because you didn't like the menu at the first 2 you picked. First
No.
comment is saying the divorce came out of nowhere. I make poor decisions and don't research where I want to go, so it's his problem, not mine to fix. And the creator responds, oh my goodness, this was my exact thought. How are you not embarrassed? Here we got another quick one of somebody throwing their parents' ashes into the ocean, but basically just chuck the entire box into the water. And as you could see by the creator turning off the comments, the reaction wasn't the best. I asked my dad for a blacked out 2022 4Runner with a 6-inch lift. He said no because he didn't trust me with a new car. Anyway, here's my 2000 Subaru Outback. I've hit a house, another car, a mailbox, and a roadworks sign. This kind of stuff is never ending. Husband's so obsessed with COD, he's watching Phase vs. Optic on the way to Disney for our daughter's first birthday, with a video of him watching it while they're driving on the highway. I'm gonna keep saying this over and over again, but not only did you do this, endangering yourself and your family, but then you decided to post it on the internet. This is really dangerous, sad. The creator responds, how so? What do you think? Oh
Tesla was
man.
driving it.
Already, moment of the morning. Milo and I, we went and picked up Bodie. Okay, Bodie's good.
This is the second video this week I've seen of somebody making a video and crashing at the same time.
What the? Okay.
Why are you on your phone and driving also? Because you had to make that vlog. Friendly reminder to stay off your phone. It limits your reaction time severely. Yes, it wasn't her fault, but definitely could have been prevented. And there were a good amount of comments of people defending her. But there's another one, these comments are so disappointing. Stop justifying the act that she was on her phone and driving. It's illegal and kills people. Never drive distracted, period. The amount of examples we've seen over the past few videos on this channel with people driving dangerously is honestly crazy.
Just went to go get
Yeah,
my
I drive
hair
like a
cut.
madman.
My hair's not cut. And I will be writing a 1-star review for this place. Thank you very much. I love LA.
Okay, so we'll head over to the comments for a little bit more context.
Them bangs are a lot to unpack. They're not even. They have gaps in them. They don't even lay like all the way across. Bangs is just not a look. I don't know why any girl goes with bangs. It makes no sense.
I love LA.
Okay, so we'll head over to the comments for a little bit more context. Somebody screenshotted her 1-star review from this hair salon. Hi Lisa, we're sorry to hear you left disappointed. We understand how frustrating and unexpected delays can be, especially when you planned your day around the appointment. As discussed when you called, our salon has a 15-minute late policy to ensure we stay on schedule for all guests. By the time you arrive at 11:20, there was unfortunately not enough time remaining to complete your service. So we end up finding out that she was just late, and instead of just moving on with your day or rescheduling, she decided to record herself crying in her car and leave a 1-star review with the salon, and it clearly backfired. Show up on time for your appointments then? 1-star review for what though? This whole ordeal definitely did not go the way she planned.
So I hid my story from someone, like my Instagram story, I hid it from someone, and it was because I didn't want them to see something I posted on my story, for reasons I can't reveal on the internet. But I only didn't want them to see that one story, right? So then after the 24 hours passed, I unhid it from them. And like, keep in mind, this is someone who has regularly been watching all of my stories. Then the next day I posted a couple more things, and I'm scrolling through the viewers as one does. They're not in there, which I didn't think anything of it, obviously, because everyone has their own free will to not go on Instagram for a day or whatever. A couple more days go by. I have been posting more stuff, going through my viewers.
I've never once, like, I look at my analytics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and Snapchat sometimes. I've never really went through the views, though, to see who's watching the story. Unless it's like you click on your Facebook thing and it's like the first few pop up where people that liked it and stuff, you know what I mean? But like I've never scrolled down through my viewers just to see who's all viewing my stuff.
they have still not viewed it. And you might be like, Seisha, this sounds insane. But this has been someone who has been watching all of my stories for months. So at that point I was like, this is kind of weird how they haven't like been watching this. Like maybe even though it says that my story has been unhid from them, maybe they still can't see it for some reason. As a woman in STEM, obviously I was like, I'm gonna conduct an experiment. So I had my friend test it with me and I hid my story from her. She was like, yeah, I can't see it. Then I unhid it from her and she still couldn't see it. Now I'm confused. Like, is this person just never gonna be able to see my story again?
Imagine going through life legitimately thinking like this. You actually do need to get off your phone and go touch grass. And the comment section says the exact same thing. I don't know, girl, I'm grown. Put the phone down, life's worth living out there. You definitely have the vibe of someone who cares about story views. If you're memorizing all of your story watchers, you need a real hobby. I don't know, try adjusting your priorities. And the comments just went on and on. We got another one from you guys that goes well with this. You must enjoy life without needing an audience to see that you're enjoying life. Couldn't have said it better myself.
For real.
Well, Divas, our work crush updates are sad today because he is not here. And if you've watched the video yesterday, you know that I had plans today to tell him that his haircut looked good, but I can't tell him that if he's not here. So let us pray that tomorrow he is here, and then maybe tomorrow I can be like, ooh, I missed you yesterday. And then he will realize that he loves
Here's an idea. Get in the gym. Maybe he'll notice you.
me.
Tuesday, the WNBA Commissioners Cup Championship is only on Prime. Aces.
Alright then, that was uncomfortable to watch. Going over to the comments, HR needs to see this. Him probably running away and hiding. Babes, let's just buy a journal. Not everything needs to be a performance. Bestie, I hope this is a joke, because if not, this is really creepy. Leave that man alone. Is this real? The creator responds yes. And it doesn't look much better going over to her page where it says passionately seeking a husband. And because the sun's going down right now, I have some sort of halo effect, so I think I gotta stop recording for a few minutes. Alright, so we're back. Everything looks normal again, but I know a lot of you would think, why would anybody post these types of videos? And one of the reasons is because there's a very small chance that you could find success from this.
Just a reminder, if you're down bad, that I once dated a guy whose credit score was so low, and when I'm saying low, I mean in the 450 range, which I didn't know was the thing prior to dating him, but it was so low that he couldn't actually lease a car himself. And so he convinced me to co-sign on a car with him, a 6-year lease, mind you, so that he would have a car to go to work so that he could make money to take me on dates.
So I'm cutting this one off here. The video goes on a lot longer, but these are the types of videos that this creator uploads. They have over 227,000 followers. If you're down bad, it gets better. And they just talk about really embarrassing stuff that you probably shouldn't be sharing online. But for every one user like this, there are thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people that don't find any success after posting. It's just really embarrassing. You could add in even some of these successful creators like to embellish their stories or just completely lie. So a lot of the crazy stories you constantly hear from one single creator might not be true.
3 to 4 times a week, I see a TikTok where someone's posting about their office job and how they do nothing all day. They're like, I respond to an email in the morning, I have maybe about an hour of real work, and then I sit there for 7 hours until I leave. And I just will never understand why they post this, because here's the thing. If your work sees that, you're screwed. The gig's up, you've been caught. Okay, you've given yourself up, essentially. And then also, while you post that, everyone in the comments is talking about how they do like 12 hours worth of work in their 8-hour shift. And so there's a whole war in the comments. Like, why do you even post this? The fact that people post anything really about their work in general.
Dude, some things need to be private.
But I have like what I think is one of the greatest gigs, which is doing nothing at your office job. And you're just exposing it for no reason. Like, why?
All for just a little bit of attention and likes online. Because 99% of the time, you're not even getting paid for it. Even if you are in the creator program on TikTok, they basically pay nothing. So to me, it's high risk, low reward. We got another comment from you guys here. That quote, the problem with social media is that everyone thinks they're interesting.
I don't even know. I'm so off of TikTok. Like, I do have one TikTok account for my DJ in my studio. Like, I don't even have a personal TikTok account for Still Alive like anymore. Like, dude, I don't go on TikTok. I've barely posted on my, like, I do all the other social media. Like, TikTok is annoying to me.
Absolute gold. And I guess that flies over a lot of people's heads now.
2 months into my second job at FedEx and I already got written up. I have called in 3 times this month so far, and we can only call in twice. The last time I called in was yesterday, actually on Tuesday. I, for some reason, did not wake up on time, and I have quite a drive to get to my jobs. I knew I wasn't going to make it on time, so instead of coming in late, I decided to be absent.
I know I sound like a broken record, but why post this? You don't need to share every aspect of your life. This job market is rough
For
enough, and
real.
you're playing with a job in this economy when you're in debt is wild. 3 times a month so far. Calling off 3 times in a month is absolutely diabolical. It would have looked far better to show up late than not at all. And another comment is my exact thought. Why are you telling us this? We don't all need to know. We got
For
another
real.
comment here. We need to bring back journaling. Not everything needs to be blasted on social media. Another one up on screen, job related, probably something that I wouldn't post. When someone mentions quitting on the spot, like I don't know ball. And the whole rest of it is a slideshow of her quitting all of her previous jobs. Again, in this absolutely terrible economy, I probably wouldn't be blasting it out to the whole world that it's pretty common for me to quit on the spot.
Yeah.
Just kind of needlessly playing a dangerous
You
game.
think
Doesn't get much
being
better in the comment
Xboxes-
section. What do you do about references? Lie. Why are you in a position where you're quitting with no notice once a year? Because we live on a floating rock. Who cares? I mean, you have the right to think whatever way you want, but I wouldn't be surprised if an employer didn't hire you because of this video.
I just think it's
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
crazy that we allow a judge, someone who doesn't know you, to decide if you're an unfit parent. Fired from my job today because my manager had it out for me. So if anybody knows any places hiring, let me know. No customer service, no fast food, no working outdoors, and go. Hey, if anyone can spot me $20, I'll pay you back in 2 weeks. Looking to pick up if anybody is mobile. Don't ask why. The real ones know what's up. I've got my son this weekend, but I'm trying to go to the Cottonmouth Kings concert, so if anybody would be willing to babysit, let me know. Just came up with a great idea for a business, and I'm looking for investors, so if you're interested, tap in. Can you claim a dependent on your taxes if you don't have custody of them?
This
Brand
is
new
so
tattoo,
bad.
shout out to my cousin, he does clean work. Tax returns came in, looking for a ride to the casino, we'll give you gas money. Mom's out of town, so I got the house to myself if anybody wants to pull up. Sick and tired of fake people, don't hit my line unless you're trying to elevate me. Hanging out at the high school football game in case they need me to sub in. Come through.
See, there used to be one Hendrix. Now there's another Hendrix too.
Who's selling a car for $500? Got cash.
Yeah.
This is all in a 6-hour time span, by the way. Cash App just closed my account down. I still had $11 in there. And with the amount of people who still sit on Facebook all day, like we heard from you guys at the beginning of the video, I feel like we all know somebody who does exactly this.
I just lost custody of my 11-year-old daughter, so I'm heading to the hair salon. Wish me luck.
Because that would be my first priority too, along with uploading a video.
I'm not gonna lie. The way her mouth and shit was moving, I think she's just a somewhat okay looking tweaker.
Somebody who does exactly this.
I just lost custody of my
I
11-year-old
think she's a
daughter,
tweaker.
so I'm heading to the hair salon. Wish me luck.
Because that would be my first
Looks like a
priority too,
tweaker.
along with uploading a video while I'm driving.
Been around a lot of
course.
tweakers in
Nice
my
to see
life.
your priorities are in order. I wouldn't be getting my hair done. I'd be devastated. This video automatically puts me on the other person's side.
Yeah.
For your daughter. So again, you didn't get any sympathy points from strangers. This entire thing backfired in your face.
Here are some things that people share on social media that terrifies me as someone who studies cybersecurity, because as long as hackers have pieces of information, they can connect the dots, and that can cause a lot of negative consequences. The first thing that people share that scares me quite a bit is when they share personally identifiable information, or PII. Whether it be your full legal name or date of birth or your location or emails tied to important accounts or passport photos, driver's license photos, anything that could be used to identify you and allow people to be you, you do not want to be sharing online.
Yeah.
Attackers can use all of that information for identity theft, account recovery bypassing, opening accounts in your name, and much worse. So do not share that information, please. Second thing is real-time location, because when you're sharing where you are located...
I've never understood that. The main reason I never had my location on ever in my life was not because I was worried about hackers, but I was outside for real. So like I was more worried about people and cops knowing where and when I was at places. But like, yeah, dude, for real, like I never understood why people have their actual locate. I don't even like having the location thing on my phone, let alone a live time location for the world to see on like Snapchat and Facebook and shit like that. That is insane to me.
And you're talking about where you go to work or school or whatever, and where you do your workouts every single day at specific times, and where you're going to coffee shops in the morning or whatever.
I don't post on my social media when I'm outside of my house. I don't like people knowing when and where I'm at places and when I'm where I'm not at home and those types of things. Because being in a small town too and a small city and a small county, everybody knows everybody. So like when I'm out at the skate park or I'm out at the gym and I'm doing things, like I don't make my videos and edit my videos and post my videos until I get back home. I don't like people knowing what I'm doing. What everything she's saying, like she's describing me.
All of that information can be used to locate you.
Going over to the comment section, the passport trend was insane, which was exactly what you think it is. People sharing pictures of their passport photos. People who do full house tours as well. I mean, YouTubers love to do that with their big mansions. Another person saying, don't share your kids online, by the way. And that's a good transition into the last clip.
People post pictures of their kids all the time on social
Yeah,
media.
I
They have
don't.
screenshots of these groups with 30, 40,000 users in them that are using other people's children with AI and putting them in vulnerable, horrible positions. I don't want to be the guy going on social media saying, don't post your child that you're so proud of because these guys are weirdos. But like the size of these groups, they have a pretty good reason to say it.
And people justifying it if their account is private, but does that really help? Nope, you'll have a family member or a friend innocently sharing posts in another group, probably public as well, and that's all that they need. So I do feel like there
Or
have
it
been a
is
lot of
a
people
friend
who have
or a
stopped
family
posting
member,
their
the
kids
one
online recently, but this problem, including AI, is just going to get worse. So that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk.
They're completely right, man. I got time. We're gonna go ahead and just go on to his next video. We're just gonna keep going on this stream. So, but I completely agree. People, stop posting your kids online. Like, even if you think, oh, it's just to my family or I'm just posting. No, stop it. Stop it. Quit posting your kids online. This world is fucked up out here.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Well, good news, it's 10% off weekend starting on Thursday at your local Farm Home Supply. That's right, 10% off of everything in the store. It's actually a better...
This mother...
Told this girl that I know, like, because me and her have been friends since she used to go to my junior high and shit, and then she moved away and went to Effingham and shit. And me and her have been friends ever since. Like, and she was posting pictures of her daughter swimming and shit. And I was like, Laney, you got to quit doing that. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she listened, and it's up to her. It's her choice. But like, it just can be dangerous. You know what I mean? It can be dangerous. That's all that I'm saying. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It just can be, like they were saying, there's AI groups and shit like that and stuff that are doing AI stuff to the, like, it's insane. There was a whole podcast that I watched about this dude that was in the FBI talking about the way people are just using AI to make stuff now, and it's insane.
Post on social media, I have a metaphobia, an irrational fear of vomiting and sickness, so we've moved my child to the driveway.
I'm a content creator. I don't know if you've heard of me before.
No, unfortunately, I haven't heard of you. So it'll be $45.79.
Just me being here is like huge exposure for you, for the company.
Two 18-year-olds who were hoping to go viral online, but ended up behind bars instead.
All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at some people who have main character syndrome. And unfortunately, that's not very hard to find when it comes to social media. It seems like everybody wants to be the center of attention and get as much engagement as humanly possible. But then that quickly turns into people becoming out of touch.
And like, as much as I like to be kind of, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, I also don't want to be. And like, I don't like when people, like, I don't mind it. Like, if like, I've had people come up to me, and I don't have near the followers, but, like, being in a small there's a lot of people that I've had people like, a dude came up to me at the hospital the other day and took a picture with me and to post, and I was cool, but, like, I've had a dude that was drunk as fuck one night out in public making a big deal, like, "Bro, tell me your life story," and shit like this, and I'm like, "Bro, stop. I'm not doing this. We're in public, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and have a deep conversation with you." Like, that shit I don't like. Some people or they just think they should be the main character all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Getting backlash for their actions. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but let's just jump right into it.
Here is an excellent example of what not to do on social media and how you should think
I'm
very
kinda
carefully about
shy
what you
in
post
public
on social media.
sometimes.
This is a picture of a toddler sitting on a makeshift bed with his father in the driveway, and this is what the mother posted
Not
as
me,
the
I'm an
caption.
outgoing person.
You have emetophobia, so your toddler's stomach virus gets moved to the driveway. This mother posts on social media, I have emetophobia, an irrational fear of vomiting and sickness, so we've moved my child to the driveway. And she posted that on social media. How do you think it went over? It went over like a lead balloon. 10 million people saw this video and have jumped all over her. She then backtracks. She makes a video saying what she should have said all along, because that's really not what this was about. She says, my child needed fresh air. He wanted to be outside. We made a bed. We gave him an iPad. We monitored him the entire time. But instead, she made a post about her condition and how because she has this condition, she has moved her sick child to the driveway.
Something tells me her second post was just a way to cover her tracks
Yeah.
from the first one. It wasn't actually because of me. My kid wanted to be outside. He needed fresh air. Sure, I bet that's exactly what happened. You wanted to get a whole bunch of sympathy points from random strangers, and it blew up in your face. Because this post just makes you seem like a bad mom. Going over to the comments, so how do I say that I'm selfish, but not say it? The creator responds, this could have stayed in the drafts, right? But then I couldn't have got that dopamine hit from people watching and liking my video. Not everything needs to be online, exactly. And that could really be said for every clip moving forward.
How to figure out if you're supposed to be going to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil for New Year's Eve, but you just found out upon checking into your flight that you need a visa to get into Brazil if you're a U.S. citizen. Whole For You page now is just seeing like the fireworks and everything that happens in Rio, and it's just so annoying that I possibly won't be there.
Oh my god, you guys, put a finger down if you have 3.5 million followers but can't use Google before booking an international vacation. This guy just posted about how he has a $50,000 annual travel budget and takes 24 trips per year. But the icing on the cake is when he goes to the Brazilian embassy hoping that they will expedite his visa so he doesn't miss the fireworks show.
Come with me to the Brazil U.S. Embassy to try to...
So we're here, and that did nothing. So we're gonna send another email.
Influencers cannot be real people.
So not only did he think that he could bend the rules just because he's a big influencer, he didn't need a passport going to Brazil, he'd be fine. But then also going to the embassy, it not working and saying, I'm just going to send him another email. The thought process is just unreal. Not to mention how wildly out of touch this is to a majority of his audience. They're probably just normal everyday people who don't have a $70,000 a year budget to go travel. How do you not know you need a visa if you travel that much? He must have known. Again, I guess he just thought the rules didn't apply to him. But we'll keep on the traveling segment with this next clip and amp it up a notch.
Turn up the heat with Culver's new jalapeno jack pub burger and chicken sandwich.
One time in my life on
Yesterday.
a fucking vacation.
Yesterday was amazing. Rachel was determined to live her life on her.
Like, I fucking have been to Florida once in my life. Anytime other than that, I've been to the states connecting to my state. I've never been far out of my state, let alone out of the country.
Running around on the tarmac like crazy, unloading all the baggage off the planes, and then it's really annoying actually because we have got events, and I'm just like what have we got next? We've got meetings, I'm probably going to cancel them. We're just getting a bit fed up now. We just want our luggage. We're waiting for the conveyor belt numbers.
Oh my god, you guys, World War III is breaking out, but the real crisis is that my luggage might not make it. Less than 12 hours after posting this airport was apparently attacked. Oh, but it gets worse because listen to her follow-up video.
Hopefully they put us up in a nice hotel, otherwise might need to get on booking.com to look elsewhere, because this day's just been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest.
People accuse me of being too mean to influencers, and I would argue I'm actually not mean enough.
For real, dude. They're not real
People are dying, Ellie. She deleted it and turned off comments. Why am I not surprised? They always have the same accent, the influencer accent. People being murdered is so inconvenient for me, and influencers are so out of touch. The amount of traveling related content that I've found as well is just unbelievable. I'll just put one of these up on screen, even though there's many variations. POV, you're everyone's airport crush. So this person decided to go sit on the floor, put their phone in front of them, and just start recording to make this video. I mean, I don't really know what to say, but going over to this page, apparently this user has almost 20 million followers. I've never seen this person before, but funny enough, with this apparent huge following they have, their most recent video that was uploaded a day ago didn't even hit 7,000 views yet. It's got 363 likes and 17 comments, 20 million followers? I don't know, that seems a little bit fishy to me. Here we got another one up on screen that I'm seeing is becoming a trend. In your 20s, someone will tell you that you can't run a 5K on an airplane. It's important you don't listen to them, with him just going back and forth through the aisles. Now, even with this clip sped up, I don't think he legitimately did this, but it was definitely enough times to annoy all the passengers around him. And most of the other videos that I see like this with the 5Ks are harmless. They're running around their own house, they're going up and down climbing a tree, but this one will clearly annoy everybody else who's on board. The fact that the flight crew said nothing is wild. Talk about the disrespect. Meanwhile, I spend half an hour hyping myself up to use the toilet because I'm too afraid.
Officer Poosh or freaking pilot Poosh Shiesty would not. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. This is your pilot Poosh Shiesty talking, and it's him rapping. He's like, we taking off from Memphis and we headed back to or he said we taking off from New Orleans and headed back to Memphis. And it's like it's a funny ass AI thing, but freaking pilot Poosh Shiesty would not have put up with that fucking disrespect, bro. Oh man, can you imagine your arm brushed up every 30 seconds in a flight? Oh, I'd be pissed, bro. Not having it. The fact that nobody said nothing in the flight crew, man, there would have been a brawl on that plane that day.
Bother people when walking past. Imagine getting your arm brushed every 30 seconds in a flight. Absolutely not. This is so rude to other people. I'm sticking my foot out every time. But people will basically do anything just to get a little attention on TikTok.
Monday, a masterpiece. Oh my, love. I'll take one look at you, taking me out of the ordinary. How will you lay me down?
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Okay, so I'm cutting this one off. It goes on for much longer, but to me, this is like nails to a chalkboard. I get extreme secondhand embarrassment from this kind of stuff. And to all the other passengers, there's nothing they could do. They're stuck on a delayed flight they can't get out of.
Why? Why is that bad? It was low-key kind of getting it. Flight of choir kids gets delayed. What is wrong with this? Nah, this I don't see a problem with this. Not this one.
I'll take one look at you, taking me.
They're just trying to fucking make the flight a little bit better. They're just singing. Why is this such a big? They probably only did it for a couple minutes and quit. Why is this? I'm guaranteed they didn't stand up and make a big concert out of it. They were all sitting down, facing forward still. They just decided to sing a song real quick. This is not that big of a deal. This is, as somebody who makes music, I find this dope. They tried to make a decent situation out of something that was shitty. The flight was delayed. So they said, hold on, we can sing a song real quick. Even some of the older people are bobbing along and singing too.
Okay, so I'm cutting this one off. It goes on for much longer, but to me, this is like nails to a chalkboard. I get extreme secondhand embarrassment from this kind of stuff. And to all the other passengers, there's nothing they could do. They're stuck on a delayed flight they can't get out of. Ex-flight attendant here, please don't do this. Everyone's off key. Genuinely, why would you do this? Someone buy this man a beer, please, with over 363,000 likes. As someone who loves a choir moment, this wasn't it. You guys are so inconsiderate. it. The singing sounded ordinary, respectfully. I'm crying with a guy trying to cover his ears so he doesn't have to listen to it. Normalize not performing for a captive audience. And imagine you just got your baby
I
to
can't
sleep.
believe this many people are fucking freaking out over this. See, I don't see nothing wrong with this part. That I can't believe how many fucking likes some of these comments have. Dude, TikTok is fucking insane.
And funny enough, this isn't the only clip that I found with
Dude, TikTok has lost its mind.
somebody singing when they shouldn't be. Again, I'm cutting this off. I find this extremely cringy.
Okay, yeah, this is a little bit different. This is cringy. I agree 100% on this one. The choir kids they were just kids trying to make the best of a shitty situation. Flight delayed, so they decided to sing a song. This is cringe.
Worthy, but everybody's just trying to walk around being a tourist, taking photos, and then you have somebody who decides that they're just going to start singing, of course, so they could get a video up on social media. I mean, this kind of stuff is never ending. How disrespectful, still wouldn't stop even when she got kicked out. Look at me, it's all about me. Here we got one up on screen during a concert. Shout out to this diva filming a TikTok mid-concert. You looked so cute. I bet everybody else around her absolutely loved it too. There's absolutely no consideration for anyone else around in today's world. Going over to the comments encouraging this behavior is crazy. Filming yourself is fine, but the flashlight should be considered breaking the law. People try so hard to be the main character. The amount of singing and concert type clips that I have in this video is actually crazy. My reaction to Taylor singing Exile, also known as the song that saved my life, as a girl is scream crying outside of a concert venue and her friends have to console her. I mean, you could even see their faces. They're pretty fed up with this. But again, if you rewind and start thinking about
He
this,
seems genuinely concerned. Like, what is happening? Females blow my mind. Your girl is bawling to a song, and you guys are genuinely concerned.
she decided to sit down on the curb, put her phone in front of her to record herself, and then starts bawling her eyes out when Taylor Swift plays a song. I'm glad I'm not like this. The girl not trying to laugh is so me. Another one saying your anxiety ruined your Biebercella experience. So this person is apparently so anxious that they couldn't attend Coachella where Bieber was singing. But what did you think was going to happen? There weren't going to be people who showed up? But I guess you don't have enough anxiety to not post this to your almost 500,000 followers, because yet again you had to sit down on the floor, put your phone in front of you and start recording yourself, and then start crying and singing the lyrics to some Justin Bieber song. I'm really at a loss for words.
We're out of town for the night. My boyfriend wanted to go to a concert. I went with him. I asked him to book like a way more expensive hotel than we would have gotten. And I was like, I'm not going to the hotel, or I'm not going to the concert with you, because I picked a hotel with like a rooftop pool and jacuzzi. And I'm just going to stay in on Friday night and be at the pool and the jacuzzi. And I went out there and it was so nice. There were families with kids playing. I even like when I was in the pool before I got in the jacuzzi, I heard them being like there's other people here, don't splash. And I was like, hey, like they're kids. Kids can splash and scream. Like I'm in a pool. I'm in a public pool. And they seemed so relieved and they were like, yeah. And like we chatted for a minute, whatever. I was drinking my drink and being on my phone. And then I went to the jacuzzi and there were 3 adults in the jacuzzi. 2 there, I got in and then another guy got in and like we were barely interacting with each other. And I'm sure you can hear them in the background. But I was sitting in the jacuzzi and you just hear the door open and it is so loud. And there's like 40 kids out there right now. I'm not going to show them because that's insane behavior. Like they're just children. But there's legit. I came up to my balcony and I counted because I can see and hear the pool even if the door is closed. And I could count 39.
Why spread your money across multiple prediction markets when you don't? Access the 3 major U.S. prediction markets.
This is insane.
So to her, that would be insane behavior, but what she's doing right now is completely fine? I mean, there's a ton of stuff to go over. Immediately blaming her boyfriend that they didn't get a more expensive hotel. But then about 10 seconds later, she said that she picked one with a rooftop pool. cool. But let's go over and read a couple of the 20,000 comments under this video. I get being annoyed, but crying and calling the front desk because the story went on, along with recording yourself and putting this out to the world. I'm bored, let's learn coping skills. I'm the problem, I guess. Correct. I feel like you might need a snack and a nap. So you went to a public place and the public is there? I wish my problems were this small. I would delete this video immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, I got way more examples, so we just have to power through some of them. POV, watching multiple takes of these random influencers missing the ship they aren't actually on. So they're just running back and forth so they could post to their followers, oh no, we missed our cruise ship, what are we gonna do? Just completely lying to them because apparently that's okay. New holiday activity, book an influencer hotel and just enjoy. Again, this type of stuff gives me secondhand embarrassment like crazy.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's just such an odd thing to do. Here we got a couple of
See, this shit gives me, yeah, that shit's so cringy and weird to do. I don't understand it. That's why, like, out of all the examples, I think the only one, because like I don't even think that's what the choir was doing. I think they simply just got delayed and some kids tried to make the best of a situation and somebody filmed it. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I think that was just something simple. I didn't find that one cringy. I like music. I would have found that decent. Yeah, they're kids. Of course, it didn't sound like people in the comments saying they were off key and shit. Like, of course, it didn't sound great, but like,
influencers upset in NYC. Influencers upset. People walked in front of their camera in New York City. What did you expect was going to happen? A city full of millions of people. I got the worst main character syndrome because why would he come into my shot like that? Again, just walking around the city. It's NYC. There's no space. Record or don't. And everybody's the main character. In their mind, you don't exist.
Yeah.
And she was just going back and forth arguing with the comments. It's basically a lost cause when you interact with people like that.
Janet lives in Laguna Beach, and she's going to be taking a beach day tomorrow.
Well, they interact because it gets more. The more you interact with your audience, it brings more engagement to your post. Even when I don't get a whole lot of negative comments on anything, but when I do, I always engage with it because it brings more engagement to your post. So like you're gonna get more people that are coming to your post. You know what I mean? That's how people. That's the whole point of engage. They're not engaging with it. They probably agree. They know they have main character syndrome. If they don't, then they're delusional.
Her family. The problem is Janet is on next door saying, Janet says, hi neighbors, I'll be going to the beach with my family tomorrow, but the problem is we don't have any beach toys, and it's almost impossible to enjoy the beach without any shovels and sifters and buckets and all of this stuff, maybe some boogie boards. And Janet has a request for us, if you would be so kind as to meet Janet at the beach around 9:30. She plans to arrive at about 9:15 tomorrow morning with her family. If you could meet Janet at the beach and then loan her your beach toys for the day, she would be really grateful. The problem is she doesn't have time to pick them up. She's very busy. She's a busy person, so she would like you to meet her at the beach, drop off your beach toys tomorrow to loan them to her. And Janet goes on to say, if you could pick them up at about 3:30 in the afternoon. Janet has plans in the evening tomorrow, so she'll have to leave the beach by 4.
Janet doesn't have beach toys, but she has a lot of nerve. Janet, do you need sunblock and towels? I'm booking my flight now. Should we bring lunch too? Any dietary restrictions? What's funniest about this is Janet absolutely does not think there's anything strange about any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know how you go through life like that. The robber, Janet won't be home tomorrow from 9:30 to 4. Write that down. You know what Janet does have? The audacity. Janet drives by $6 Generals and 5 Walmarts to get to the beach. But you better know she's not going to be buying any of those beach toys.
I'm a content creator. I don't know if you've heard of me before.
No, unfortunately, I haven't heard of you. So it'll be $45.79.
Just me being here is like huge exposure for you, for the company. Do you really expect me to pay full price?
Yeah, 10% discount.
Oh my god, you guys. I just publicly humiliated myself to save $4 on a burger meal, and I'm literally jumping for joy. Oh, and if you're wondering what small business he's promising to put on the map, it's Culver's, which does $4 billion a year in sales. Having 300,000 TikTok followers does not make you famous. Nobody knows who the Will Kelly is. So put the fries in the bag and pay for your own
For
food.
Big
real.
exposure for you, bro. It's Culver's. They're fine. Anyone else have influencer fatigue? Please tell me this is rage bait with the creator responding, he did something far worse at Jamba Juice 2 months ago, so I don't think so. If you like this type of content and you're on TikTok, I would 100% go check out this person's page. There's virtually an unlimited amount of content for him to go over because he basically has to call out influencers every single day.
Two 18-year-olds who were hoping to go viral online but ended up behind bars instead. Yeah, a viewer provided us this video from the incident which landed the two in jail. 18-year-old Yannick Skaratic drove a lawnmower through a Target, and 18-year-old Luke Charsky recorded it. They smashed into the front door of this Target on College Road. They say the night before, Skaratic also used a leaf blower inside Culver's. He's facing charges of criminal mischief and disorderly conduct. Charsky is facing charges for helping him out. Both have been released from jail.
And it really couldn't have gone
Probably
that
not on a
viral. I didn't
lawnmower.
see the original. I just saw the consequences for their actions. All they get maybe a few thousand followers.
Probably not on a lawnmower, but that's some shit I probably would have done on like a dirt bike or a four-wheeler. Cause like we used to fucking in town all the time. Like if social media was a thing with at 15 and 16, like it was a thing. But I'm saying if it was a thing like it is now, me at 15 and 16 probably would have rode a dirt bike or something through a freaking mall or something like that too. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, I probably done some dumb shit like that.
Followers on TikTok, which basically means nothing, and not make a dime off it either. You just get arrested. Genius. But that's all we got for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, man. Let me know what y'all guys think below, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It's still